Pleased to bring on our next guest. He had a great junior hockey career with the Ridge Meadows Flames, captaining the team in his 20-year-old season before playing for a year at Simon Fraser University in the BCIHL. Matt Tyszka. Matt, how you doing?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Good.
Good to have you on, bro.
Yeah, happy to be here, boys.
It's good, man. We'll start. Yeah, you go on.
I was gonna say just kind of jumping in early. What we usually do, just kind of ask your hockey background. Like, how did you first start playing in the first place? Did you have dad, siblings, friends, role models that kind of got you into the game, and how just kind of how your early days transpired?
Yeah, no, it's kind of funny because I kind of grew up in like the stereotypical European crazy dad household where I was literally had no choice but to play hockey my whole life. So me and my brother were just hashing it out from like the youngest age possible, throwing mini sticks at each other, chucking each other through drywall and stuff. Like it was a crazy childhood. But yeah, so my dad put me in hockey, loved it. I was a competitive kid, so it was like kind of a perfect way of growing up. I played Langley minor my whole life, and then selects in the spring, and then ultimately went to Yale, Fraser Valley, went up to Ridge. I was kind of a late bloomer, so I was a smaller, undersized defenseman, so I felt I was getting hit a lot, so I had to learn. My dad put me into every power skating possible, like I was on the ice 24/7. And then went to Ridge, which was a great experience. And then after Ridge, I was lucky enough to play at SFU, which was also unreal. I really enjoyed it.
That's awesome, man. Me and Owen both played selects too. So.
Oh, did you? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Owen was more of a guy than me though. I played for like one or two seasons, 1 or 2 spring seasons, but Owen was playing since he was like a kid.
Yeah, I played for a long time. I played black for the first bit, and then I played blue like the last 3 years. Did you ever have Mike Grant?
Oh yeah, Mike Grant was like over here for Christmas dinners, like growing up and stuff.
No way! Yeah.
Even my dad hit it off. So
that's hilarious. Yeah, he was my selects coach. He was I know he was a scout for the Oil Kings at the time too, and he was a great guy. I loved him as a coach. So
yeah, he's very direct.
You play with anyone nasty in when you were younger, like this the selects or even Langley minor, dude? Like
yeah, probably.
Oh yeah, we had like Carter Anderson. You guys probably know him. Josh Williams. Cotton was on that. Alex Cotton was on that team. Carter's brother Dylan, who played in Everett. Aiden Della.
Oh yeah, he moved there from Mich.
Oh yeah,
that's
right.
He's a Michigan kid. That's right.
Yeah, he's a Michigan kid. Yeah.
Yeah, those teams were kind of loaded. Like we were able to compete with like the winter clubs, and it was always really competitive. But and then obviously played with Gage growing up a lot. You guys know Gage real well.
Oh yeah,
for sure, yeah.
And I would say Gage is probably the best player. But when I went to Yale, I was like skating with Byram and Cozens, and the list goes on of good players. Like it was a pretty cool way of growing up.
Yeah.
Awesome.
No, I bet that's insane. So I mean, obviously, like you just said, you grew up in Langley, and then what kind of was the process of choosing to go to Yale? Like, in that year, it's pretty crazy when you're kind of choosing an academy. You probably had, I would assume you had a lot of offers, or maybe that was a little before there was so many teams. Like, what was that kind of like to go to Yale and then your Yale experience?
Well, honestly, like I was kind of just bred into it or baked into it because of selects. Like Brad Rahela was my coach in selects, and he kind of knew the guys that he wanted out of, because I only played blacks. I never played blues.
Right.
So he was my black selects coach, and he kind of knew the guys that he wanted. So going into tryouts, I did really good at tryouts, but I have a feeling he kind of already knew the team he wanted. And like I said, I was a late bloomer, and I was like really undeveloped. Like I was 5'3", 105 pounds in grade 9.
What?
Oh, you're tiny.
I was tiny. So I was just getting ragdolled out there. So I was pretty well the grocery stick on that team. Just big morale guy, just sat in the middle of the bench and just did what I could. And that experience was good. I loved the combination of school and hockey being in the same like environment.
Yeah.
But I definitely think I could have benefited more from like a middle spot. Like I felt that Yale was maybe a little too much for me, like in retrospect.
Right.
But I learned a lot. Probably throwing me in the deep end was also a good thing at the time because I had to learn how to evade hits and 6'3" monkeys coming at me and stuff. But yeah, no, it was ultimately great. I played U16 after that and met a lot of my best friends doing that. And yeah, it was great. I loved Yale, but I didn't make the U18 team, so I had to look at Fraser Valley, which ultimately was a good time as well.
I was gonna say you're probably happy you made that decision.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
So like
we
what?
went,
Yeah. I was gonna just ask you what was that like? Like because you're kind of I played Fraser Valley.
yeah,
Would have been 2 or 3 seasons later. So what was it
yeah.
like, kind of the transition from, CSSHL to, I don't know if
One,
at the time if it was a side, or was it more of a downgrade, or what would you think?
it was definitely different. I don't think enough people talk about because like the year that I went, it was Peter Hayes' first year, and the budgeting for the team, it was like the cheapest hockey my parents had paid for in the last while. So it was definitely different. It was humbling. It was like you have these kids like that have never really played top level hockey, and Peter was so good at like teaching us like life lessons, and it wasn't always about hockey. It was about like doing the right thing and understanding like order of operations. Like let's say there's a turnover in the D zone and one guy screws up. You can't point the finger at that guy. You got to just think about what you could have done in that scenario. So
Right.
I think it was an unbelievable experience. I would urge everyone to go that route over academy. I feel like academy gives you like a little bit of a ego because it's
Yeah.
that prestigious league, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you
It's all about
play,
the money.
it's all about the money. Yeah, it's disgusting. But Fraser Valley was awesome. Second year I was like we went to the finals, won the finals against Prince George that year. And then the second year I was there, it was a little bit different because we were at Abbey Center. So the
Yeah.
prestige came back because we had like a sick video room, ice therapy,
Yeah,
Dan Moss is in the
I think
room. And
I think our year was the last year. My third year was the last year we had that all to ourselves. Like now the Canucks are
it's
there,
so
right? But
nice, hey?
it's unbelievable, man. It was
Yeah.
made up.
And there's like a
Like it was
kitchen,
like
like it's an American Hockey League dressing room, and it's a bunch of
Yeah.
15, 16, 17-year-olds
Yeah.
in there. Like it's just not real.
we
That
were
was
just fucking around.
absurd.
We were fucking around so much. Like, oh my god.
You guys had
I
a gym
can't
in there, right?
say how jealous I was, dude.
Yeah, they moved. You know that room that connects. You go past the skate sharpener, and then there's like that room
Yep.
in there. They put a bunch of racks in there, and then like we had weights in there. We were working out. It was during
Okay, good.
COVID, right? So like a little hush hush, but like we weren't advertising it, but we were pretty much still taking the precautions. But we were
Yeah, with
pretty blessed.
quotations, right?
Yeah, we were pretty blessed.
Because when I was there was no gym, so we had a trainer come in. We're just doing like military workouts in there, like
Oh,
push-ups
that's
and dips
brutal.
on a little chair and
You guys ever do the run around the like the
the
loop?
concourse.
Yeah, the concourse.
I don't think we did. We did a lot of like sprinting in there though. We didn't do it
Yeah, okay.
actual laps. I don't remember.
Did you guys have
But
was it Daryl, or was it before Daryl? Who was your trainer?
oh no, it was before Daryl. I had Daryl at Fraser Valley actually,
Oh, okay.
because we practiced out of Summit Center before Yale took it over.
Right,
He
okay.
was the Summit Center trainer upstairs, whatever.
Yeah,
He's hilarious. He's awesome.
I still get a text from him every once in a while.
Do you?
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
It's funny. Maybe talk a little bit more about your experience with the Thunderbirds. Like, I believe you guys won the championship. Was it your first year or your second year there?
So my technical for rookie year in major midget, I was at Yale. So second year, I was 16, and
Yeah,
we went to the finals. We beat Prince George, which was unreal. Like we didn't. Before that, Fraser Valley had won one playoff series in their
Yeah.
entire existence, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
And then we go out to win it, which was awesome. And then the year after that, we go, I swear we lost 2 games all regular season or something like that. And then we go to the finals, play Prince George MSA, and we just got piss pounded. Like, dude, Prince George, I don't know if you remember, they're just robots. Like,
I think
they
was that
just run through a system.
That was Joe. That was the year we were minor midget.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I was there. I remember watching.
Yeah.
Me and who were the 2 goalies? Who was the guy? We got a goalie from Prince George because we picked him up, and then there was the guy who was affiliated with Chilliwack. What was his name? Peltier.
Peltier was the starter, and then something Craig. I forget his first name.
Oh, what Krager? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Anyway,
right?
we'd have goalie skates with them every week, so I was like basically buddies with them, and they were like, "Yeah, you guys gotta come watch." So I think we had most of the team there. I actually remember watching that game.
Yeah, and we had LT and Cale Taylor for our second round series against Kelowna. And I remember that game went to like 5 overtimes or something, and Cale and LT hadn't played in 4 periods. So Peter just like, screw it, send these guys out. And they had so much energy. I was like laughing on the bench because they're just buzzing around, hitting everyone. They ended up scoring the game winner. And they're just like, you guys know LT, right?
Yeah. LT was on my
Well, I know of him, but
yeah, he's just a clown. Like, his personality is hilarious. So he was just laughing. Like, it was an awesome experience. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
And then that first year, that was with Plett, Stoltz, and Conrad were all on that team, right?
Yeah. They played Mission with you.
Yeah.
Those guys are great. They were they were good guys. Yeah. I was kind of scared when they joined Mission because I was like, oh,
you guys were such a wagon.
These fuckers again.
Well, we picked up Mulder too in the COVID year as well. So we were gonna have all 4 of those guys. It was insane, and then COVID shut us down. But so that was unfortunate, but that's cool. You got to play with all those guys.
It was awesome.
And then you finish up with Fraser Valley, and how do you end up making the decision to go to Ridge? Did you try and look elsewhere before that, or was Ridge did they recruit you from the start, or how'd that go?
Yeah, so Beaner reached out to me like it was pretty early. He reached out to Peter, and then Peter pulled me and Hark actually into his office and said, "Hey, Ridge is looking at you guys, blah blah blah. Derek wants to meet with you. You should go out to a game, et cetera, just kind of basic stuff, how things go." And I was looking at Port Alberni because I was talking to them, and they switched coaches that off season. So I went to their camp, and I was kind of an idiot. I thought I had to like do way more than I probably did to make that team. Like I was like going after top guys, like just doing dumb stuff. Like I have a battle drill in the corner. It's like their number 1 forward, and I'm just trying to ragdoll this guy for no reason. And the coaches obviously probably didn't like that. Yeah. And so I got canned pretty quickly. I go back home. I call Beaner. I'm like, yeah, that didn't work out. And he's like, get right on. Come on in. And then, I go to Ridge. Ridge was they accepted me with open arms. They all they're really good guys over there. Like Beaners should win GM of the year every year, in my opinion. Yeah. Like he's a solid dude. Like nothing bad to say about him. Their whole organization's awesome, really. Like it was great. Yeah.
That's good.
Nice. I know. I mean, you guys had some pretty good teams too in your time in Ridge, especially that last year. Do you maybe kind of want to just talk about your playoff run and how that whole year kind of shook down your 20 year?
Yeah. So 20 year, it was like go time, and Beaner knew it. He's like, I think he pulled me in early in the year. He's like, this is it. Like you gotta create a good culture. Like our team wasn't unreal at the beginning. He built that team probably 3 years prior with me, Amsler, Denny, Rose, myself. And he knew that when the 01s were 20s, that was the time to go. So when we turned 20, he went and got a bunch of pieces like Shootin', Beachy, Nick Yu, Fraser, like the list goes on. We had who?
Oh, was Stephens one of them?
Yeah, Stephens was there as well from North Van. But we had 13 20 bombs on that team.
Oh, that was crazy.
Yeah, so there's 7 players when the season was done. So he's like throwing all of his chips. I don't know how much he paid to get shooting, but I know it was a lot. Because shooting's 2 goals a game, no problem. That guy's auto. But yeah, so my 20 bomb year was awesome. Being the captain was an honor. I had a ton of fun. And our rookie group was great too, because those guys are still there, like Ravenstein, LaGrange, Muck. I think I've heard Muck say 10 words in his life. If you guys have ever met him. He literally doesn't talk. It's so funny.
Really? That's funny. I didn't know that.
And then, so at the end of the day, it was pretty heartbreaking losing to Langley. And I'm from Langley, so it hurt even more. And my best friend, Brendan O'Grady, was the captain. So I still hear about it here and there.
Yeah.
Like I'll chirp him and he'll just say 4-0. And but it was I still think about that series sometimes because it's like just nothing went our way. I remember giving Beachy a pass so there was a defensive zone face-off, right corner, win the draw. I roll the net, make the pass to Beachy on the wall. He makes a play. He had no time. He had like 12 seconds, half a millisecond to make a play. And then it was an icing, so the puck comes back to the same corner, win the draw again. I hold on to it for an extra second, and then I give it to him. I'm like, okay, he'll have more time to make a play. And then he just gets smothered and ruined on the wall. Like it was just Langley had this play style that just literally ate us apart. We had no time at all. I was doing shit that I probably would never do just because I didn't know what to do. Like it was just they were coming at us. We just got steamrolled. They played unreal. Their goalie played unreal. Like we just had no shot. And I'm glad they won because I think they deserved
it better.
Yeah. So that was tough.
That was the year Langley. Did they win the Cyclone as well?
Yeah, they did in Delta.
Yeah, they beat us in the first round too.
Yeah, that would have been the year.
They were good.
Yeah, we were there. Amazing. Well, we were there. We played against them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was in Revelstoke at the time. That would have been my 18 year in Revy.
Yeah. I think if I had to play for one KI team, it would have been Revy.
What's that, sorry?
If I had to play for one KI team, it would have been Revy.
Yeah, really? Yeah, no, it was
Carter Anderson was there.
Yeah.
If you played with Carter, did you?
I think he was a year before. Was he a 2000?
He's an 01.
He's an 01. He might have moved on before.
Oh no, he moved. Yeah, that's right. He went to the MJ or SJ. I don't remember.
I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Revy was very similar structure wise to Fraser Valley, where they focus on kind of culture and who they're bringing in more so, and like doing shit the right way instead of, being flair. And we didn't even have I don't think we had a guy over a point per game that year. Maybe we had one. And it was like we still won the year. We still won the league, so it was just good.
Next man up kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then obviously your junior career comes to an end, and how does it end up? You going to SFU? Did you have other offers from other schools? Like, what made you decide to go there? And then how crazy was it? I mean, that was kind of the first year where they started to travel a lot and play against some of these like high level teams as well. And what was that kind of like for you to do?
It was fucking awesome. Like I really, really enjoyed it. It was a transition for sure. Like the Beast. So we were like a hybrid team. So actually I'll backtrack. So getting into SFU was a bit of a chess match. I honestly didn't commit. I didn't write my letter of intent till I want to say like early August.
Oh wow.
Like I was late. So because I wrote that so late, getting into classes, as you know, Owen, it was just an absolute shit show.
That would be a nightmare. Yeah.
So I'm texting my coach. I'm like, just put me in a program. I got to get into 3 classes by the time September hits, or I'm cookied here. Like I had no plan. The job I was doing was like installing workout equipment. Like it was I was in a pinch. I needed to find a place to play hockey and go to school. I went and toured a school in St. Louis called Maryville.
Oh no
and,
way!
Yeah, so I was thinking about going there. So no, it was a cool experience. I've never been to Missouri before, so it was cool. It was fun. I had a good time with all the guys, like meeting everyone, and it was cool. I just didn't think it was the right fit, so I just kind of moved on from it. And then I didn't really have SFU yet, but I got a call from Mark, and Mark was like, "Yeah, we're looking for a D-man spot." I'm like, "Okay, sick." And then I asked him about scholarships, and he basically told me to wipe my ass with them, like there's no shot. So I was like, okay, well, SFU is not that expensive. The hockey was relatively cheap. It was like pennies, basically, from what I'm used to from like junior and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, SFU was awesome. Like the travel was such a cool. Like we went to Alaska twice. This past year was even better. But we went to Alaska twice. We actually beat Anchorage 1-0.
That's crazy.
Like
I think
and
I saw the
fans,
highlight
dude,
of that.
yeah, the fans there were nuts. Like anytime I look at the glass, I'm getting a double bird from someone in the crowd. Like, and before the game starts, we're doing like our little lap before the anthem, and there's a guy. He had to have been like 40 beers deep in the stands, holding a portable speaker above his head, even though there was music going on in the crowd, like one of those big ass ones. It's like a bomb above his head.
Like carrying the boombox around, man.
Literally, and yeah, no, we ended up winning, and we played perfect. I don't think they played their best. Their coach was pissed, and our coach was pumped. Like the facility there was unreal.
Yeah.
Alaska is a weird place, though. Like it was dark by
I was gonna say, yeah, wintertime probably, eh?
Yeah, it was really eerie, and like I would never want to play there. Like I would feel like
imagine
I'd
the
be
travel,
so
dude.
Yeah,
that would be the craziest part. Yeah,
I think that would be probably the worst part. Yeah.
But no, it was really cool. The BCIHL games were.
I was gonna say, how do you go from playing Anchorage to going back to play VIU or whatever?
Luckily for VIU, they were one of the better teams, but it was still like.
Or like Logan Lake.
Oh my god, dude! Logan Lake, like I had like a teammate who would have like a bag of Skittles and a Lunchable before those games, just because it was so bad. Like I don't even know how. And for Logan Lake, I don't know how you can get players. Like it's such a tough location. Like and getting kids to commute on like a Saturday night while they're in college, like. But that rink, I don't know if you guys have ever played there. Probably not.
I did like when I was a kid for selects one year, but a long time
I don't think I ever had the opportunity to experience that.
You're lucky. This rink, I don't even know how it's physically possible for the puck to bounce off the boards the way it does there. It's literally a trampoline. I couldn't even give you a description on how bad it was. Like I could probably shoot the puck from the sidewall back to the sidewall and hit the other sidewall. Like 3 times, 3 iterations of going like this.
Is it normal sized?
It's actually Olympic sized. It was
what? So it's extra wide.
Ever. And I swear they didn't have any like refrigeration in there. It was just the temperature from outside. Because sometimes we go there, the ice is soft. Sometimes we go there, it's just bricks. Like it was the weirdest. Oh my god, it was horrible. I really didn't want to play those games, but
fair enough, dude.
Yeah, it was. So going from Anchorage to play Logan Lake, I think we actually did that once, and it's hard to even get used to playing Anchorage when you're used to playing. Like you just run over those teams. Like
I was gonna say it's similar to our league where we'll win. Like for example, this last weekend we played a highly ranked team. Like we played a team that was like probably top 25 in the league. And it was like a competitive game. Like we played 4-2, both games we won. But the weekend before, we played like bottom 5 ranked team, and I think we beat them 12-1 and 10-0 or something, or 10-1.
Yeah.
And it's just like going week to week like that is fucking impossible. It sucks.
It's so hard, and like those games, you probably don't even want to start, right? It's just
no, dude. I was like, I played the first game and I lost my shutout with like 2 minutes left. I was fucking choked. But yeah, then coach comes up to me after the game. He's like, yeah, we probably don't. I'm like, don't play me. It's all good. Like, don't worry about it. I can sit. I'm all right sitting on the bench if you want to play.
I'll just hang out with the guys.
Yeah,
right?
I can chill
Yeah.
out. I'll chill out.
Just
And he's
enjoy
like,
enjoy
okay,
Chicago.
Sounds good, bro. Yeah, enjoy Chicago. We weren't even in Chicago, man. We'll get into that, but we weren't even in Chicago. We were like by the airport.
Oh,
It's
okay,
like 45 minutes outside of town. I was kind of choked.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That was lame.
But you probably had some.
Sorry, go ahead.
You probably had some really pretty cool travel doing that and stuff, right?
A little bit. I haven't really
cool cities
experienced
in your
it.
league.
I haven't really experienced it that much yet. We're a first year program, so we just went to Grand Rapids this last weekend. You know where that is in Michigan?
Yeah.
But yeah,
You're going to Alabama,
dude.
right?
You've been to Missouri.
Yeah.
You've been to Missouri. What do you think of the landscape?
I kind of like that shit, to be honest with you.
Really?
Oh,
okay.
I like kind of prairie, like it being outdoorsy, so I didn't mind it.
It's like
if you're
it's like
going
the
to
prairies
sightsee,
with a shit ton of trees.
Yeah, if you're going to sightsee, you're not going to Missouri.
Yeah, no, exactly.
So
we went to some cool cities. Like we drove past like we went through Nebraska, like Omaha. We drove past like Nebraska Omaha's rink, and it was fucking massive. And we saw like the big O on there and stuff. We saw some cool shit, but we haven't really had like Chicago was like the one cool spot we were all pumped for, and then we just end up we're in like this hotel that's like 35 minutes from downtown. Can't even Uber downtown, even if you want to, right? Like it sucks.
Yeah.
But no, I'm excited because once we play some higher end teams, we'll go to some cooler cities and stuff. We'll do like a showcase maybe, and like maybe go to New York or whatever. It'll be fun.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Oh, what were we talking about? I forget.
No, nothing. I was just gonna say, well, I mean, after your year at SFU, how do you kind of, what kind of went on from there, and how have you kind of transitioned just with life as a whole right now?
Well, honestly, like people talk about life without hockey, how different it is, and you ask anybody, it's a kind of a lost feeling because you're used to doing the same shit all the time. You're on the ice, whatever, many times a week, and like it's a mental thing. But I found as long as I put my energy into something else, like another sport, like I got really into golf, I got really into the gym, and like just making sure that I'm staying active and busy and competitive because golf, like when I go golfing, I'll shit talk my friends because that's my competitive outlet, right? So I'd probably still lose, but it's worth fighting for, right?
It's worth chirping the boys.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah. And so I mean, everyone's different. I've had buddies who like get completely lost and don't know what to do with themselves and get a shitty job and just hate it. But I felt that my experience was pretty okay.
Nice.
But
that's good.
Yeah. No, it was good.
I was gonna say Owen talked about it a little bit earlier too. I'm not looking forward to that point of like when it's finished, because even now it's just college is just extending it 4 years more.
Absolutely. And then maybe you want to go to Europe too, because you totally could.
Yeah.
Right?
Dude, 100%. That's the dream, man. I don't even know if that's in the cards yet, but we'll see.
Oh, maybe might open that door.
Yeah. With this, we haven't talked about it yet, but with the rule change, the CHL thing, who knows what this league's gonna look like, right?
That's really exciting. Like,
yeah,
I know from like my brother played it in the Dub in Seattle.
Oh, we forgot to talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So he was talking about how it's kind of it's a huge blessing for those guys because they don't have to go to like shit. Like, would you rather go play in Wisconsin or University of Regina? You know what I mean? Like, there's some better options now. You're not restricted to like 10 schools in the west side of Canada, or like it's just it's going to open so many more doors, and I think it's awesome. I think it should have been done a long time ago.
For sure.
But it's going to fuck some leagues like the BCHL. I don't even know what it's called anymore.
Yeah,
it's the BCHL still.
Okay. Because it has Alberta teams in it now. Like Brooks is there, right?
Yeah, there's like 5 Alberta teams, but it's still the BCHL.
Okay, because I think that league might take a hit from it, and then the American leagues will take a hit.
Yeah.
Like
but
the
I
show and
think they
shit?
should. Yeah, I think like it shouldn't be the end of the road when you turn 20 in the dub. You know what I mean?
No,
Look, that's what it kind of turns into.
That's
Yeah,
true.
completely
That's kind of
agree.
the split off when you're choosing. You know, like you want to
Yeah.
go junior A if you want to play college, or you want to go the dub if you want to, you know,
Yeah,
play the
but the
dub and
incentive
then
for the dub
U
was,
Sports.
or CHL in general, is that you get that free schooling. So
Yeah,
my
with
brother
the
signed
Canadian uni.
when he was 15, so he got an extra year. So he didn't play his 20 year, and he still got, I think it was 5 years total of schooling paid
Yeah.
for, which is pretty
That's
sick.
unreal. It's pretty good.
But the
Well,
shitty thing too is a lot of those dub guys don't even want to go to like kind of the reason you go to the dubs because you hate school, you know?
yeah,
Exactly. You're not.
Right?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
whole
Like
point.
there's a lot of dummies out there, respectfully.
yeah, fair enough.
Not school guy. Not school smart.
Not
Hockey
school
players.
guys, yeah. Hockey
Yeah,
smart,
not
yeah.
school guys.
Yeah.
But
Fair enough.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't have a lot else to ask about hockey wise. Joe, did you want to ask about his brother there? I mean, you were talking about earlier
Oh
your
yeah.
competitiveness with your brother as a kid and getting to, go at each other from a young age. So what was it like just growing up with him? And I don't know, Joe, do you have anything more to add there?
No, I was gonna say how far I forget. I don't even know how far he made it, but I know he played in the dub because you just
yeah,
said.
so
And
he played Seattle and then got drafted to Montreal.
right,
And
yeah.
then he got his shit rocked in the Montreal camp. It was like an inter squad game against Toronto. I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys saw the clip, but it's pretty gross. And so he went to so when he was in Montreal, he got put into like a hotel room where they can monitor him, like make sure that he wasn't completely out. And like he got stretchered off the ice. Like my parents were there, but it was definitely an eerie situation. Like he was not okay. Like it was pretty gross, and he had like neck issues and pretty bad
It was all
concussions. So they put him in a
like
yeah
mental, like all with his head.
yeah. It was all head. So when he has that injury, Montreal's put him in a hotel room, and this is just what my brother kind of said is that that was one of the worst parts about it because he was stuck there for like 3 weeks, and like that's 21 days doing nothing. Like he couldn't look at a screen. It was just a dark room. It's a prison cell once you get to like that point. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
that really really sucked for him. When he came home, he was pumped, and then ended up going to Seattle. Got invited to Dallas's camp. Went to Dallas's rookie camp because he eventually got dropped by Montreal. Went to Dallas's rookie camp. And then rookie camp's over. They invited him back to Maine, and he just hit his wall. He was like, "I'm done. I can't do it." And
Really?
my dad kept kind of poking him, kept pushing him a little bit, but he didn't budge at all. He's like, "I don't feel like." And then Jared goes to UBC, and he's so fucking hockey smart. It's ridiculous. He was able to change his game to protect his head. Like he went from a guy who was first in the corner to a guy who was second in the corner and just knew how to strip a puck off a guy.
Just wins
Yeah.
the
Like
puck. Yeah, wins the puck in the corner.
he's so smart and like and growing up he was always bigger than me. Like when I told you I was 5'3", 100 pounds in grade 9.
Yeah.
When he was going to the dub, so what it was at grade 11, he was 6'2" and a half, 190 something pounds.
He got all the
He
weight.
got
And height.
all the size. I just hit it late. But yeah, so growing up with him was awesome. It was just an absolute bloodbath in the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like
Sounds
I have
you and-
videos of us.
You and Rylan on.
Yeah.
I have videos of us when we're kids and we're like playing street hockey, and like I get caught with an elbow, like completely harmless. Just these things happen, and I just lose my shit. I'm like punching him in the back, putting him in a headlock, and everyone's got road rash on their knees because it's just a bloodbath. Yeah, it was.
Just brothers.
I
love,
definitely
man.
had a huge temper as a kid, so that's probably where most of it came from.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, yeah, I mean, I kind
I
of
think-
just got one more thing to ask. Joe, you got anything else you want to?
I think I'm good, man. I think I've touched on pretty much everything
Yeah,
here.
this has been good. So I'll just finish off. Do you just have any either a best chirp you ever heard in your hockey playing career, or just a must tell story from whether it was junior, before, after, just any must tell hockey related story from your career?
Oh, those are good questions. Best chirp. I've heard some crazy shit on the ice. Like, I'm sure you both have. Like,
I got to say, the guy with the boombox is pretty crazy.
Yeah, that one was funny.
Can fucking warm up. That's pretty funny. Doesn't even have to be. Doesn't have to be chirp. Just like a hockey story or something.
Yeah,
I think the best. Honestly, the best chirp that I got was every fan in Anchorage giving me a double bird whenever I look at the glass. Like, and that's just Americans for you. Like, just fuck you energy. Like, I don't care who you are. You're nothing.
Ultimate competitiveness.
Yeah.
Best story though was probably rookie dinner in junior. When I was a rookie, I got absolutely hosed in rookie dinner. Like, I knew when I was a vet, I am going all out. Like, there's nothing holding me back. So we went to town hall in Ridge, and it was around Halloween. So all the vets were like, "Hey, we're dressing the rookies up in Halloween costumes." So I go to Value Village and I get the smallest onesies possible for my 2 rookies. And they can't even zip the thing up. Like, it's going to here. And we had one kid in a Super Mario, like Toad from Super Mario. He was wearing that. There was one guy who was a full pumpkin. And I remember we're just like racking the bill up. I think it was like $1,700.
Yeah.
And end of the night, I'm like, fuck this. I'm getting a bottle of champagne. So I got a bottle of champagne, and I could see probably a dickhead move. I'm the captain. I order a fucking bottle of champagne, and all the rookies were just absolutely choked. But it was that's those memories, man. Like, you just can't pass them up, and that's just junior hockey. I'm sure both you guys know that shit. It's just like, it's such a fun experience. What's that?
I said makes you who you are.
Absolutely. It's like, I wouldn't trade those memories for anything. Like, it was so much fun.
Yeah. There's not a lot better than rookie dinner. Who are your rookies that you dressed up?
My rookies?
Yeah.
I had Liam Farrell.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we know Farrell, yeah.
And I had Adam Leach, who went and played
he's in the AJ now.
He's Calgary right now,
Yeah. Nice.
He's fucking good, man.
Yeah, like, he's a stud.
Yeah, he is a stud. But those guys were good spirits. There's a couple guys who weren't too pumped about it, but
what was the split? What did it end up being at the end?
I think we had, at the beginning of the year, we had like 8 or 9 rookies. So whatever 1,700 divided by 8 or 9 is. So I mean, that's a tough balance, but it's not horrible. It could be worse.
Yeah, it's not. It could be worse. I was gonna say it could be worse. I think ours was 2,200, but we probably had. I think we had 12 rookies at my.
Yeah, I was gonna say my 20 year. Ours was like, I think just over $2,000, but I think we had 15, 16, 17 rookies there. It was insane. So
it wasn't that bad for them.
Yeah,
they're still choked. Whatever.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to touch base on is when I watched the podcast you guys did with Beaner.
Yeah.
He didn't really talk about my year and then rolling into the following year and going to the finals.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he kind of did, but he didn't talk about like getting all those players.
Yeah.
Dude, when I say Beaner deserves GM of the year every year, it's just for that fucking reason. We had 13 20s, and he somehow put the following team to the finals.
Game
that
7
doesn't make sense. What's that?
Yeah, you guys.
It's Game 7 overtime as well.
Yeah.
You stacked up one year and then didn't give away any assets.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Like we had not no future, but like there's no depth on that team. It was like 5, 6, 7 guys, and then that was it.
Yeah.
And he's somehow pieced together a great team. Like, it's crazy. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have anything else. Matt, you got anything else for us, or should we wrap this thing up? Probably.
No, I think I'm good, boys.
Awesome. Well, obviously, thank you so much for coming on. That was a great interview. Pretty cool career. Lots of great stories. Thank you so much for your time. It was great, Joe.
No worries.
I appreciate it. No, really appreciate it, man. Really appreciate you coming on.
Good.
Be good.